Imagine a bowl. Now imagine you having said bowl that you put out on a table in your home. Now with food in it, say oatmeal, and you replace the food every single day alongside washing the bowl. At first glance, nothing seems wrong with this at all. In fact, for some, this is a basic chore, except for one small detail. You never eat the food. The same task is done day in and day out, but for no reason. Nobody eats the food. Just a bowl with food that gets thrown out every day. A waste. If you know me personally, you know for a good chunk of middle school and parts of high school that I was very social with my friends and family, both in person and online. I was always the one to crack the joke, make the hysterical statement, and get my peers to laugh. And I enjoyed it, so much so that I got their numbers over the course of me meeting them and, getting to know them. At first, in the height of our friendships, frequent texting and calling was a norm we subconsciously put in place. It was a way to solidify our status as friends, sending memes, talking about what happened in class that day, or, talking about future events. Somewhere along that timeline, I made and grew into the habit of remembering when my friends' birthdays were. And I would text and call them, on their birthday. I would also make sure to contact them on major holidays, New Year's Eve, Easter, Independence Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And I would do this for years. And I made it my job that I texted everybody on my contacts on those days. I did it to show that I cared and that I wanted to keep the relationship that we fostered. And most, if not all, replied back. Some late than others, but nonetheless, they replied. And I liked it. The feeling of receiving a message. It made me excited that my friends cared enough to message me back. And that period of my life was way more bliss than others. Unfortunately, I realized, as I got older, that I would be the one calling more often than not, and my text would be left undelivered for more periods of time. And I remember in a group chat that I remember having, I was always the one to push the group to hang out and go places. And once I had stopped doing that, we kind of just stopped hanging out, or at least the amount of times that we hanged out, decreased drastically. For multiple people in my messages, I'd send them a text wishing them to have a good day on whatever holiday it was in which I texted them on. Some would give me the same notion back or just say, thanks, you too. A small post-greeting conversation would rarely kickstart, and for the most part, nothing would be said until the next holiday that came up. I texted, some replied, some on the same day, some up to 3, 4, 5, 6 days later, some even weeks later, and some didn't reply at all. And this also applied to family members. At the time, I had realized that I was the one keeping the will of even fostering the relationship alive. Over deep pondering, I thought, and I eventually just let it go. I stopped seasonal messages, and I just completely broke down, and I stopped the communication altogether. I actually recall some time after I stopped with the messages, I ended up conversing with people that I had texted over the years. One of them asked me and said something along the lines of, "Hey Reggie, what's going on, bro? You're not sending me those messages no more. I used to be waiting for them every year, oh, yo, Reggie gonna text me." Bro, what happened this year? The other person agreed and chimed in. And he said, "Yeah, bro, I remember he used to send those every year." And I responded with the following. I said, "I don't know, I guess I just got tired of always being the one sending the texts. No one sent them to me." I always tried to make an effort to talk with my friends, to hang out with them. My door was always open. My table was always set. My house was always clean with a bowl of food waiting for someone to eat. And that was exactly it. I got fed up with being the only one who was putting in effort with none in return. I got fed up with leaving a bowl of food out with nobody in my house to eat it. After so many times of leaving the food out, I finally threw the food out for good, once and for all. And right after I threw the food out, I lost it. Not only with having to do with being fed up, but due to something that happened to me and a really core friend group that I had. In January of 2025, what had happened was I'd made plans for me and my friends to hang out, as I always do. They chimed in, saying on how good of an idea it was, and they agreed. And the days grew closer to us hanging out. And on the day of, the responses were slow into the point that they never came. And some even responded as if, they didn't know what was going on, as if I didn't update them on what we were doing that day. And this resulted in me being stood up. I waited at the place where we were hanging out at for an hour. No one showed up. And that right there, that moment, it put me in a place mentally where I never thought I would be, because this was a friend group that I trusted so much at the time. And it caused me to go over the edge, and it caused me to go belligerent on my phone. I started blocking people that had me on delivered for a month to over several years. People that I knew who wouldn't want to talk to me unless by some coincidence we met in public. Anybody who I haven't conversed with over a long period of time, I blocked. And yes, this included family members. Some individuals I blocked were people that I actually had feelings for previously. And I knew that these people had significant others. So I didn't want to be in their digital vicinity. So by me blocking them, I would let them live out their lives without being a hindrance to them. I did a complete 180 from what I was back in middle school. I did not try to talk or meet with new people. I didn't try to rekindle anything that represented a friendship. And I wanted to remain stagnant. And sometimes I did feel hollowed out from the loss. Apart from the few friends that I had that I've kept for the longest time, that equally spoke to me and my close-knit family, that was all I spoke to and no one else. This was my new bliss. This is what I wanted for the rest of my life. Now, obviously, most of this is what I thought in the past. Most of this I no longer believe. And I made up with and am doing better with the friend group that I'd had. We're all on good terms now. I learned that blocking people as an alternative for us not speaking anymore is very irrational. And one of the friends that I had reunited with, he said that I should have kept a way through to me, so that by any slight chance that they wanted to reach out to me, they could. The same way that I did when I had my door open, by leaving my door open. And now, me being even older than I was, I realized that this is just a part of life. People naturally drift far away from one another the less they speak, especially after high school. But the me from back then wanted to grab that sad reality and bend it to my will. And what I just described isn't a me thing. Many people wish they could stay connected with those friends from high school. And also, many people feel as if they were the glue in their friendship, but they went unnoticed once they stopped becoming a cohesive substance. However, as we get older, people get busier, naturally. We get preoccupied with our own lives that we don't even have time for the people that we call our friends and family. Some people stay along for the ride, for the long run, and some people get off at different points in our lives like a Ferris wheel. Also, I took it upon myself to send the seasonal messages. No one asked me to do that. I actually remember my sister telling me to contact everybody in your contacts is just crazy. It's too much. But for me, I just wanted an impetus to speak with my friends. Although you should want to talk to your friends because of the simple fact that they are your friends. Now, I am slightly wary and afraid of making friends, in fear that I will mess up again. And to the people that I blocked, if they're even okay with the thought of me in their life and are willing to accept me as their friend after watching this video, then I would humbly accept their offer and have them as my companion once more. And stuff like business partners, acquaintances, and stuff like that are different, you know? We would only meet, talk to achieve a common goal, that's it. Maybe this will all change in the future. I'm not sure. But what I want to be sure of, for 100% certainty, is the words to the people that I treated too harshly. I am sorry that I blocked you. Thank you guys for reaching this far in the video, and thank you for even clicking on it in the first place. And yes, you can comment now. The video's done, so you're all good. I really appreciate you guys for staying. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Drop a like on it, turn your post notifications, subscribe, the usual. Peace, and don't forget to pay that lease. That's if you live by yourself. If you don't, that's fine.
Oh, now you want to stop when I record. Yo, bro, she was licking herself for like 15 minutes, dog.